Good and bad death battles. The Powerpuff Girls versus the Crystal Gems. It's finally here. It's a Christmas gift, well, early one at that, but I'm giving it to you guys anyway. Here we go. Powerpuff Girls versus the Crystal Gems. Will it be good or bad? Who's gonna win? And a quick heads up. Yes, I know it's 3-4, but Steven is a Crystal Gem. And another important factor, I'm not separating Garnet, because we all know you like her this way. Ruby and Sapphire are cool and all, but she's sticking like that. Anyway, let's get this out of the way. But also, one more thing. I'm going over their traits as a team as strength, endurance, speed goes wise. But separately, I'll state out their own unique abilities that they can do. And don't worry, I'm not going to forget anything that you guys like. Let's get this damn episode started. When it comes to speed, the Powerpuff Girls are definitely not slow. In an episode, they decide to have a race home by flying. And they are shown to be faster than the speed of light when they're flying. Because in that same episode, they flew so fast they time traveled. Which is impossible for reasons, but is a cartoon. Also, their running speed is no joke either. They can run so fast and they can literally tear up the earth. In an instance, Bubble raced someone who can circle the earth in 7 seconds, but she beat him by 3 seconds. And there's a little joke I gotta tell you about the end of that. Alright, to the Crystal Gems. Steven is normal, like normal running speed as a boy of his age, while his 3 teammates otherwise are a little bit faster than the ordinary humans, and they also have some type of levitation. The winner of our speed, whom the fuck am I kidding? The winner is the Powerpuff Girls, come on. I mean, they move faster than light and they can run around the world in seconds. And they joke around how they run so fast. The Crystal Gems were clearly outclassed right there. So on to their endurance. They might be girls, but they sure are tough. I'm not sexist, I was just making a joke. Please don't take that seriously or out of context. But the girls are tough. They survive taking hits from giant monsters. They have also taken hits from laser beams and flames. And I kid you not, they have swam through lava, which is some crazy stuff right there. They've survived getting hit through buildings and crushed by said buildings. And also, this is probably defines them right here. When dipped in acid for a few seconds and coming out, their response was this. What do you know? I guess acid can't hurt us. So yeah, they're tough. The Crystal Gems have great endurance. They can take several hits from monsters, giant monsters, other gems, and they can take damage from humans, which is no cakewalk, but listen. When they're actually physically and fatally damaged, they don't necessarily die. They retreat to their gemstone and regenerate. We don't know if this applies to Steven yet, but they can come back. To permanently kill or destroy the gems, their gemstones would have to be destroyed as well. But if it's even cracked, they'll glitch out. And, well, you know how it ends there. The winner of the endurance round is the Powerpuff Girls. Now, it was gonna come down to that the gems could regenerate and come back and them taking the win, but really the Powerpuff Girls can just stop that by destroying the gemstone, and that really ends their durability creds. And really the girls have never faced an opponent that has gotten them down to the brink of death or anything like that. Alright, here we go with strength. The Powerpuff Girls is strength. Oh my god, where do I begin with this? Well, strap in, ladies and gentlemen. They're strong enough to take down human beings with ease. They're strong enough to knock out giant monsters and fight with them. They're strong enough to lift up a whale, a small skyscraper, and freaking bus. And what I believe to be the Titanic or any type of ship resembling that. You know, those references are golden in that kind of show. But anyway, they're strong enough to destroy meteors, and their strongest feat comes from Buttercup, who in an episode called Members Only was competing with strength with another hero called Big Old Ben or Big Ben, I forget his name, but it's not important. Anyway, the speed of strength comes from this. In a parody of the Mount Everest, Big Ben lifts it. But you know how Buttercup beats him there? She lifts him while lifting that. That means Buttercup was lifting over 357 trillion pounds. That's incredible. The crystal gems are definitely strong. Steven has his own exact strength where he's like stronger than any boy his age. Let's just get into the important thing. The 3 crystal gems are stronger than any human. They can lift humans, and they're capable of destroying rocks and destroying types of metal from their own homeworld. The clear winner of strengths is the Powerpuff Girls. Sorry, the crystal gems and mostly Garnet, but it looks like they're stronger than you. Okay, no one disliked. I just wanted to make a joke, but yeah, they stomped them with strength. Anyway, let's go on to the other categories. Okay, for this category of powers, I'm just going to show you first a quiet, so you don't have to hear me no more, but a quiet list of powers that the group shares together. Then I'm going to tell you their own unique special abilities and powers. Blossom has ice breath. Bubbles can talk to animals. And Buttercup has the most unique power of them all. Out of the 3 girls, she can curl her tongue. Yes. If you know what I'm talking about, nostalgia. Alright, same rules are going to apply to the gems here. Let's get started. Steven Universe, half gem and half human, has tons of unique abilities. First of all, his saliva is used to heal gems and other humans. He also has a bubble shield, which is extremely durable. It survived ocean pressure and a spaceship crash. And his weapon of choice is his mother's shield. Steven's shield is extremely durable, almost practically invincible. He can also increase the size of it, and how he fights with it is all Captain America style. This is all pretty good, but Steven will exhaust himself if he overuses it, and the max he can use it now is only 3 times a day. So there's a downside. Here we go with everyone's favorite fusion and gem, Garnet. Let's get started with what she can do. She's heat resistant. Now before I bring this up, this does not apply to all the other gems. This only applies to her. This is not her endurance. This is just a special ability thanks to Ruby she has. Her heat resistance is so good that it's said that she can take a dip into the core of the sun and survive. Wow. She also has future vision. Now, let me stop you right there. Does not mean she can predict the future. She can just see multiple future outcomes and probabilities. So, it's not precise, but that's still unique. She also has control over electricity and also electricity resistant, which is kind of crazy. And her weapons of choice are the gauntlets. Garnet, just like Steven, can also increase the size of her weapon. With her gauntlet, she's able to shoot them off like rockets and to use them on the defense to deflect. Also, with her gauntlet, she can easily shatter the earth and deliver blows with lightning speed. So there's nothing slower this perfect gem down. On to Pearl. This gem is able to create holograms out of her gemstone, but we like to call them hollow pearls, which become independent and they can fight just like her. She also has control on sand. Yes, Pearl is a sandbender. Somebody get the reference. She can also walk on water. She's Jesus now. And her weapons of choice is the spear. Pearl is really good with her spear. She can even create a second one and use them in both hands. She can also shoot energy blasts from her spear. She can either shoot it at rapid fire or charge up a blast and shoot it from the tip of her spear. Alright, here we go with Amethyst. She can use her hair like a blade and slash things and... Okay, you have got to see Steven Universe to believe me. I'm not making this up and I'm not trying to reference anything. She can also perform a spin dash and a homing attack. Seriously, I'm not making that up. Believe me. Anyway, her weapon of choice is the whip. With her whip, Amethyst is completely skilled with it. She can entangle her foes by throwing it. She can also slice through almost anything with a clean cut. and she can also send along purple energy blasts along her whips to create an immense explosion. Okay, we're almost done with this section. Now on to the thing you guys thought I might look over. Here they are, the fusions. Opal, the fusion of Pearl and Amethyst, is a giant woman. Now I make jokes, but I've been doing that. Anyway, is a giant woman who's extremely acrobatic and has great agility. Her weapon of choice is a bow. With her bow, Opal can create arrows made of light energy, and by shooting them, she can hit her opponents with large explosions. The arrows also have this ability to split into multiple smaller arrows that can attack multiple targets simultaneously. Sugilite, the fusion of Garnet and Amethyst, this fusion really prefers power over strategy, and this really doesn't even need a weapon for real. She can do wind-up punches, but her weapon of choice is a giant flail. With this flail, Sugilite can crush giant buildings with ease, and she also has more range with this weapon, so crushing things out of her reach is not a problem. Sardonyx, the fusion of Pearl and Garnet, also a fusion that creeps me the hell out, because one of her special abilities is to move every part of her body around. I'm not lying. It creeps me out. Let's just go on to her weapon, the Warhammer. The Warhammer is meant to do a lot of damage by also not using a lot of effort with it. And also, Sardonyx can spin the Warhammer rapidly and make it into a drill. How that makes sense? Cartoon logics, everybody. Finally, we have Alexandrite, a fusion of all three, the tallest of the fusions, and her weapon, well, according to official resources, is all of them. Yeah, let that sink in. Okay, we're finally done. And when it comes to power, these teams are equal. Yes, they are equal. It seems that both have destructive power, and I'm kind of leaning on the Powerpuff Girls, but the Gems fusion always comes into favor right there. And also they have defenses right there with Steven, but it seems like he's limited in a way, so let's even equal these things out right here. Now if this was a death battle, the winner would be the Powerpuff Girls. Really, the girls take the case in this one. The Crystal Gems really stand no chance because the girls just trump them in every case. Sure, the Gems have fusions and can turn into giants, but have you not seen an episode of the Powerpuff Girls? Taking on giant monsters is a daily basis for them. Also, what kind of death battle this would be? It would be a bad one. Simply put, here's why. It's just a simple math problem, ladies and gentlemen. Little girls plus what equals Powerpuff Girls? Well, let me tell you, little girls plus fucking Superman. That's basically what the girls are, miniature female Superman. What I'm trying to say is they're way too overpowered in the old cartoon anyway. Keep in mind they're getting a reboot, so they might be tweaked down, have some limits. Also, what makes this a bad death battle is Steven Universe is not done yet. Really putting them up against them now is a bad idea because we haven't seen Steven's full potential, and he hasn't fused with the Gems yet, and we really don't know what the Gems can really do. So yeah, this is a real bad death battle. We might come back in the future if the reboot of the Powerpuff Girls show them having limits, or the Gems powering up more. Anyway guys, this was my 70th video, and I want to just say thank you. This was a long video, and the next one is another tag team. Hopefully that won't be as long, and I'm pretty sure you know who it is. Subscribe to me for more content. Subscribe to Screw Attack, and you can actually make this death battle happen if you want it to. And if you really like Steven Universe, this is a mask here if you don't. Anyway, peace, subscribe, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.